Hello everyone, it's me Leadstep, and today I'm basically gonna explain what I was doing here and in Apocalypse DLC, and I'm gonna tell you a few things about it. So basically, what I was trying to do in this devlog was to test if the X lock, well, when you go to that door and you have to lockpick it, yeah, I was basically testing that to see if it works and if anything is broken, which thankfully nothing was broken, but I had no idea on how to do that. I thought I just had to go to the X and Y positions that said in the game that they were unlocked and just wait. That's what I thought. But you have to click. You also have to click, like literally left click while doing that. Well, just trying to hope about it. I don't know. But yeah, you have to guess it by yourself. So I didn't know about that specifically. And I watched like Taste's video and BT's video to make sure that I wasn't going crazy or anything. I basically tested it in game first without like going into Unity, but before that I basically applied the knife and pick, camera. Oh, the camera wasn't really necessary. The lockpick, the lock, and the knife. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I was basically applying the icons, the main graphic as you can see, and when you select it, or no, when you have to use it, it wasn't actually really hard to do. I just had to go to the game. Then I had to find them using IDs to put them in specific, well, not conversations exactly. It was like some kind of triggers. I had to put them there. That they had to use this, for example, the inventory value set or whatever, something about values, I don't know specifically. But yeah, it's a little bit hard to explain. But yeah, anyways. So when I was trying to do that, I had no idea that you had to click. So as you can see, I was literally suffering a lot in here. And you can also confirm by this clip that I'm literally showing on your screen right now, which is me IRL doing this shit, and I hope I'll never have to do that ever again. You have no idea how much time I literally spent doing this shit, and I swear I'll never have to do it again. But yeah, you can basically understand what kind of shit I had to go through. But yeah, at least it was bearable. Excluding how many actions I actually had to boot. I had to put like over 400 or 500 actions in this DLC. Just imagine that. I had to spend at least 3 to 4 days making the entire game, like putting actions from one trigger to an interaction, then linking both of them, then go to dialogue options, cutscenes, and oh my god, it was painful as hell. But at least, yeah, as you can see, I actually spent way too much time doing it. And I sent some gifts to BT, which I saved on Discord. Pretty much nothing else was done in this devlog. I did this. Yeah, about this, I'm gonna blur one specific thing after I'm done with this recording. I did this for actually no reason. It was like some kind of Python mixed with maths. I don't know what to say about it. It was just some random shit and calculations or whatever. But yeah, so I tried like full screen in the game, the original PC port of the game, to try and, I don't know, figure it out or something. But then I had to do something to bypass it in Unity, which also works in here. But let me tell you what exactly. So basically, when you go to the X-lock thing, I was trying to find the hotspot door, and then go to the X-lock, and then go to the X-axis unlock, and then Y-axis. So I had to put minimum distance to 0, for minimum, yeah, and maximum to 1000, so... Oh yeah, when you open OBS Studio, this Easter egg pops up, because it's really cool. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't really necessary, so I just had to wait. So I tried doing this, I tried going to Shadow Tabby, then getting him to kill me. He literally looks like Big Dick Randy, I'm gonna be honest. But anyways, I also did that, and I also did the Easter egg, but I gotta test out the Easter egg. I couldn't play it because I didn't have the mobile controls imported, but now that I do, it actually makes it easier for me. There are like a few issues with the game, like some, not really game-breaking bugs, they're not game-breaking, but it's like a rigid body problem, including a collision problem. Well, that's actually game-breaking because you cannot go through the door, but yeah. So as you can see, yeah, I had to do this, it was pretty easy. I have another problem right now, which is, I think I have to put a pipe so we can continue when you go to the machine, etc. So, let's say the game is like 75 to 80-ish percent done. Like importing mobile controls and everything. But for now, we'll see. BT will do something specific to fix the collision and rigid body thing. For now, everything looks good, as you can see from my clip over here, which is the only one. And from 1 hour and 48 minutes, I decreased it to 21 minutes and 26 seconds. Let's also put 10 milliseconds as well, because why not? Because you wouldn't actually watch 1 hour and 48 minutes of footage, would ya? Of course not. But anyways, so as you can see, I was pretty much suffering. I had to go through all of this, like most of the time, because it was so annoying. And I couldn't just skip this part with the shadow tabby. So I had to wait and wait and wait and do this all again without actually having to stop. Like when I had to go to the door and try to do some stuff, including conversations, etc., I had to do many things. Over here, as you can see, I was basically testing out why, after picking the lock and going to mouse, why doesn't the door is locked option appear? So I had to test that out, and yeah, I actually did it in the end. I actually fixed it. So that was pretty much it. And after this, I think the only thing remaining is just collision, which I had to basically make the player smaller. But yeah, it was nothing else except that. So after that, I tried like doing many other things, putting like a specific type of script or something, which I then had to remove and put it somewhere else. It's a little bit confusing what I was doing here. But yeah, you can pretty much understand that this is really cursed, and I hope I'll never have to port any other kind of Android port of ST3 or any kind of Teletubbies into Android, because it was actually really annoying. But the good thing is, even though this is the Android port, this can also be the PC port. Like, think about it. This only has like mobile controls imported, but it's you can basically play with PC. So yeah, this can also be an Android port, but also a PC port at the same time, by just removing mobile controls. But at least this is done in an actually newer version. 2017.4.4 TF was released in 2020 specifically. So yeah, that's why we use that, and also because it was actually much better and we got used to it, like me and BT. So yeah, pretty much after that I didn't really do anything, like after this specific thing. I then went to campaign full, but not in this video. I didn't actually make a devlog about it, but I'm just saying. I tried fixing the outskirts dusk, which works really well, and the only remaining thing to fix in campaign full is just outskirts day. And after outskirts day, I have to test it out. I have to see. Oh, I'm sorry. I really have to see if it does work. If we can go and fight fight Po. I'm sorry. I meant Po, not No. And after you kill No, what happens with the military like cutscene thing? Because he had like 90 actions which I have to go through, and if one of them is wrong due to the version being older and having like less functionality or something, I don't know. I have to make sure that everything just works, etc. It was really confusing because when you see, like, for example, I don't know, a specific action, for example, 1, but you don't have a 0 action, which is technically the first action, well, it's actually a number, a number after, not a number before. It's pretty confusing, as you can understand. It's pretty confusing. If, for example, it said 0, like the action 0, for example, you just had to put 1, which was a number after, not the 0, like the number specifically. It's a little bit confusing to explain, so I won't really explode your brain cells. Anyways, make your brain cells explode, actually, and, I don't know, leak. I don't know. Whatever. So as you can see from over here, I downloaded this inventory manager, which I had to check what the IDs of the knife pick, knife and pick and keycard were. For example, 5, 6, 7, and 9, I don't know. And I had to put them all after I basically had to go in most of interactions. I had to like check every single interaction and trigger to find where we had like inventory add or remove, because we had to put them there specifically. And I left them until BT would basically send me the progress, because he'd actually downloaded it the day before or 2 days before. Fixed a few things, imported mobile controls, and then I had to do this, as you can see. Inventory add or remove, add knife, etc. I then had to check many other things. And after this, I'm gonna have a devlog, which is me putting the mobile controls. So basically I'm gonna name this devlog testing, I'm probably gonna say testing the door lockpicking sequence. Testing the lockpicking sequence in S3 Apocalypse DLC, Devlog of course. And after that, I'm just gonna make another devlog, which is gonna be the last one, putting mobile controls into ST3 Apocalypse DLC. And then nothing else actually. There's actually nothing else. Something I realized while developing this game, on Android of course, is that when you go to Shadow Tabby, he actually has some triggers inside of his model in Unity. Like I had to go through him to find some specific triggers, which, for example, let's say that not for example actually, this actually happened, not for example. So when I went onto him, while he bumped on me in Lala stream over here, I couldn't go to the next trigger, which means that I had to find where the trigger was located. And once I clicked on it, I saw that it was inside of Shadow Tabby. And I was like, oh my god, this exists as well? So I searched them in Unity Explorer in Apocalypse DLC, and after doing so, everything went well, and as you can see, well, I can finally play the game now, and nothing is wrong with it. Well, if you consider the characters moving around fast, you know, because they actually move slower in the original game. I sent the progress to BT, as you can see, and I then went back to Unity to try a few things out. Oh, I actually told him to do this himself because I was actually tired. But then I saw like this, Teletubby house, which I thought that it was gonna be the law. I also found the cave in here, which is probably for a specific sequence. I also found the secret lair, but it was off camera, and not in this video. So, yeah. I tested it here again, just to make sure everything was okay. But I also had to do this now. What am I doing exactly, and why are there some specific disabled dream trigger, gate close trigger, whatever? So basically, as you saw, I couldn't actually move after the gate close trigger was done, which meant that I had to disable it with an action list run, and not the action like object deactivate, you know, custom object deactivate. So yeah, I had to do that in almost like every trigger, not actually every trigger, like Tinky Scare, Dipsy Scare, Lala Scare, Pulse Scare, and TRG Stare, Trigger Stare. After that I had to do nothing else, and as you can see, yeah, I was actually distracted on my phone, and then I clicked on it, and clicked on the pick, tried to do this, picked up the knife before, and then tried it, but as you can see, yeah, I was actually thinking, like, am I doing anything wrong at a specific trigger or anything? Like, if I can make the player smaller, or if I can make the door bigger, but BT said I had to keep it as original as it could be. Like, making the door bigger, or making the player smaller. All of the players smaller. So, yeah, that was a complete mistake saying it to BT, because he got pissed off. And I'm sorry about that, BT. So yeah, we have to do something about this collision thing right now. And after this, there's nothing else, except putting mobile controls, and just picking a release date for the game, and also for campaign demo and full. But when they're gonna be public betas, like full release betas, because we're missing like 2 shaders. One of them is also used in this Apocalypse DLC, which is the water shader for the map, and also a smoke shader for Secret Lair, and the water shader used in this game as well. So yeah, we gotta do something about that. The only issue we're actually having is not like any game-breaking bugs or the gameplay or anything related to the game. It's just the shaders, not anything related to the game, anything related to the playthrough. It's just the shaders for decoration. Well, that's how I say that, to be exact, so yeah. As you can see, everything just works for now. We only want to find the shaders because they're like lost media. They literally got deleted, I don't know why. BT tried surfing the internet to find them, and he couldn't, like, anywhere. But as far as I see, they're like custom-made shaders, like made by someone, and then uploaded, I don't know. The problem is we do have the original link, but there are no, like, archives in either the Wayback Machine or anywhere else. And that's actually really, really bad for us. Like, if there was actually gonna be, like, a download link from 2017, 16, or probably, I don't know, before. Because most shaders shown used are probably like 2017 and before. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how to say this, but I hope we just find the shaders we need. or at least we try to decompile them. So we'll see for now. But as you can see, the general gameplay is good except the fix that we're trying to apply. But other than that, the game is good. As you can see, we just fixed the door is locked issue. Like, when you pick the lock, after you pick the lock, the door has been locked, text has to appear. And we made sure, like by checking either a gameplay of the game, just to make sure that it's actually there, like the dialogue option is actually there. If it's not there, then we're just gonna remove it from that specific conversation until we pick up the lock. And if it was before, then we won't touch it at all, and it's good as is. But yeah, everything just looks good. We tried like almost every single thing. We tried like the entire campaign DLC, like the Apocalypse DLC demo. I really wonder what was the full version gonna be like. I really wanted to see how that would look like. Well, it could have been better if it was full, you know. I know this is a demo, but you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, so yeah, as you can see over here, we had this exit thing that we were missing. For some reason, it just disappeared, like exit from the conversation, which was really weird that it didn't appear. And it's probably because we either broke something or, I don't know, something happened and I had to find the specific action, you know. So yeah, as you can see, everything looks okay, you know, except this, which just appeared out of nowhere. And after that, I think nothing pretty much else. Now, if you ask me if this is gonna be on iOS, because I think one specific person had asked if this can be, if Son of the Beast 3 can be ported to iOS, I think, or another game, like Son of the Beast 2 or 1 on iOS. Well, Son of the Beast 1 has been ported to iOS by BT. About Son of the Beast 2, I don't know. Son of the Beast 3, no, of course not, because it will need so much optimization. Because you know how good Apple's phones, aka iPhones, run games. Well, I don't know about their new game mode from iOS 18, and I'm not sure if I don't know, they play games. But anyways, all I gotta say is that I don't know what we'll do for now about the shaders, because we're literally still trying to find them, even for the full campaign. Because once we find them, we're good. But the good thing is that we found the UV-free shaders. Well, not found. I basically bought the UV-free shaders for campaign, and I think also demo needed it, but also for CE, because of course we had to do that for CE. But still though. Anyways, but as you can see, yeah, I was still suffering in this one, but I didn't know how to bypass it until the next day on the 28th of October, the National Orchid Day for Greeks. Anyways, not really a national holiday or whatever, but anyways. So as you can see, I basically went to search, like everyone, even Taste's gameplay, to see how he unlocked it. And look at this shit.
Gonna keep clicking on the door. Move these things left and right, see what happens. There should be some type of meter or something that shows me. Oh, there we go.
What? So yeah, I was actually pretty surprised to see. I followed his exact movements. I rewatched the video a couple of times just to understand on how to actually do this. So I did Taste strategy, and it looks like the fucking knife and the log were like dancing around. It looked like it, and I literally rage quit while doing this because it was so annoying. Like, I swear to God. Now I know how to do it, because of course now I basically know that I have to click when the X and Y is unlocked, or when I think they are. But yeah, I even played the video in slow motion just to make sure that I'm not going crazy or anything. But no, I actually wasn't. But look at the lock and the knife actually vibing. I swear to God. But anyways, yeah, it's pretty annoying that you have to click, like, for real. And when the X and Y is unlocked, you cannot just go through and you have to click. That's annoying, but I mean, okay, it's Santigun's game. Or basically, let's say, yeah, pretty much his game, because he made it with the help of Sean. But he was basically the main director. But anyways, but as you can see over here, I tried doing it in here, like in the game, the PC port to be exact. So yeah, for some reason, yeah, Miles was like away from there. He was like pretty far away from, I think, the hotspot, like where we had to interact with him, his interaction. I even tried it even in game, even in Unity here, as you can see. Yeah, nothing went well, and I had no idea. I thought I was actually going crazy, and in the end, I actually rage quitted. But anyways, this is the devlog. I hope you liked it. Yeah, I know I've been yapping for like 21 minutes straight, but I'm sorry, that's me, whether you like it or not. I even watched BT's here just to make sure, from his goofy ass speedrun on his Lapitopio, pressing the funny button, aka I, to skip most cutscenes. But yeah, that also breaks shit. But holy fuck. Bro, as you can see here as well, BT performed this kind of straight line movements. I have no idea why. I was super confused, but yeah, it worked for him because I don't know what he did. And I tried following his exact movements, but it looked so damn weird, I swear to god. Not even a thief could break inside this fucking door. He couldn't even bypass this shit. But bro, anyways, that's all for today. I'll also upload another devlog in like 3 days or 4. I will see myself. And it's gonna be in November, of course, not December or anything. So, yeah, that's basically it. All I have to say for now is stay tuned. And don't worry, you're gonna like it. Even if it doesn't have the shaders, you're gonna like the gameplay. And at least Android players can finally play the game on Android. Like campaign demo, DLC, and full on Android, of course. About iOS, don't ask. Oh yeah, we also had this problem, but then the exit, so we actually left that for another devlog. AKA off camera. I sent BT the progress and that's all. And yeah, anyways guys, that was all for today. All I have to say is that please don't do shit like this because you're gonna go insane like I did. But anyways, that's all for now. And I swear that this is gonna be the best for Android players because they can finally play the game they play on PC on Android though. Like it's gonna be really awesome and so many people are gonna get excited. I swear to god. And I think they will. I'm like 1,000 or either 10,000% sure you guys like it. Anyways, that's all, and see you in the next vlog.